This is a read through of truck scenario 3 and a few questions I had in my class, and later I'll be putting up some Kahoots and test questions on truck case study 3 as well, so stay tuned. Okay, case study 3, scenario 3 for trucks, and this is Graham. Graham was an owner operator, so he owned the trucks. So what licenses need?
Operator's license and a driver's.
Company.
Operator's license, yes. If you want to own the vehicle, you need an operator's license, so now RTOL. Graham was an owner operator who lived in Dublin, and typically, which means usually, hauled a variety of goods. So usually hauls lots of different stuff. Okay, that's very helpful, thanks. On this trip, he planned to deliver pallets. What's the size of a pallet, Matt?
800 by 1200.
Yes, that's a European pallet. So we're going to assume these are European pallets of various products. The estimated road time for the journey would be 3 days. So he's going to need to take his daily rest, isn't he? Can he take his daily rest in the vehicle?
If it's a bunk,
or a couchette.
Yes, a bunk or go on, who was saying the other word?
Couchette.
Couchette, yes. Graham had just taken his weekly rest of 45 hours. So a full weekly rest, and planned to head out early Monday morning. I don't know what early means. To me, early means like 5 or 6 in the morning, but that could mean 8, so I don't know. He wanted to make a good time, so he went to make good time so that he could eat dinner at a reasonable hour, enjoy a restful night's sleep, and get another early start on Tuesday. Graham was driving a 3-axle GVW, maximum GVW. 26 ton with road-friendly suspension and design gross weight of 24. So with a 3-axle and air-friendly suspension, the maximum GVW or DGVW is 26. But this particular truck, it's only 24. Okay?
Yeah.
He checked the plate and calculated the weight to make sure his vehicle was not overloaded. How do you load? Tight to the bulkhead, no gaps, evenly spaced. Don't overload the GVW and don't overload the individual axles. Excuse me. This was a real concern to Graham as he had broken this rule on the last trip. To make matters worse, he was also involved in a minor accident on that trip. Even though Graham did not damage the front of his cab or the back of the truck that he hit, he reported the accident to his insurance company. What a good lad. I'm sure we'd all do exactly the same. Just to be on the safe side. Graham and his insurance agent then realised that during the trip, his load had exceeded the legal weight. He remembered the stress the situation had caused him. Oh shit, Sherlock. He did not want to go through that worry again. He's a sensitive soul, our Graham. Since Graham would be hauling to Spain, and his combined weight with the load would be about 24 tons, he checked all his paperwork. What paperwork would he need? What paperwork would he need for the vehicle?
consignment because you're going to board.
Yeah, consignment note. Need tax. Need insurance,
Attestation.
CVRT, need a true copy of the operator's license. Remember, every vehicle has a true copy. And for himself, he'd need his CPC card, his tachograph card, his driving license, maybe that medical card. And there's a thing called a bail bond. It's kind of gone now, but a bail bond. Remember I mentioned it before. So if you have an accident on a Friday, they don't hold you in court over the weekend to appear on Monday. They let you go, and you can just go back for the court case. So that's a bail bond, especially in Spain. Even if you're not the guilty one, someone hits you from behind. Because the case is going to court on the Monday, you'll all get held. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need a bail bond. He made sure that he had the proper license, consignment note, and other required documentation with him in his truck. He also remembered to double check the issue date of his National Road Haulage Operator's License, as he knew it would be expiring the following month. Okay. If you do have an operator's license, you have to apply for a new one 3 months before it expires, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Graham confirmed that all his papers were in order. He then went through each item on the system checklist and verified that everything on the list was in working order. This is what he done, is walk around. That's nowhere near enough, is it? But if you were asked a question, you could go back and go down the list. Did Graham check his brakes? You go, oh yeah, he did. Or exhaust. Who checks the exhaust system? Okay. Checking the exhaust system, you just turn her on and you accelerate and you just look for any smoke or anything coming out the exhaust. The only way you can check your brakes is to move and then touch your brakes. Okay. Graham loaded the 16 times Euro pallets, so they are Euro pallets. Graham loaded the 16 times Euro pallet for delivery and double checked that the pallets had not shifted. He also checked that the lashings were in good condition, attached at the proper anchorage points, even though he knew he would be checking them again after a few kilometres. One of the pallet lashings had been shortened due to previous damage, so Graham attached it to the strap, holding the cargo to a pallet. Okay, if you've got a strap that's broken, that means that whole strap was put under incredible stress. It might have broken at that one particular point, but the whole strap has been stressed, yeah? So that gets wrapped up and thrown into the bin. You don't use that strap. Finally covered the cargo with load sheets. Attached the webbing straps and did a check of the sheeting and roping before tucking a loose rope end next to a rear light under the seat. Okay, you don't do that. You tie off the ends properly, yeah? Graham was on the road at 7 a.m. Okay, let's get our mathematic heads on. Graham was on the road at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. By noon, he was hungry and stopped to eat a quick lunch. How many hours is that?
Why?
€2,000 fine, penalty points, yeah? After finishing and paying for his meal, he climbed into the truck cab for the last leg of the day's trip. He checked his watch and noticed it was 1 p.m, so he took a nice hour break. Lovely. He wanted to make good time and realised, well, maybe taking an hour's break is making good time. He wanted to make good time and realised to get his planned destination by 5 p.m, he would need to go slightly over the posted speed limit. Yeah, exactly, ridiculous. It was raining quite heavily. What do we do distance-wise in the rain?
4
Four.
As Graham drove through northern France. Mais oui. But he was confident that even with the weight of his load, he would still be able to brake and stop properly if he had to make an emergency stop, going over the speed limit in the rain. However, Graham was affected by the glare from the lights of oncoming vehicles. He switched off his headlights. Why were his headlights on? Well, headlights, I suppose, not main beams. And pulled closer to the car in front of him, but maintained a 2-second gap. Is there anything right about that sentence?
No.
No. Headlights pulled closer to the car in front of him while he's speeding in the rain. And it's raining, so it should be a 4-second gap. So everything is wrong in that sentence. After a long day on the road, Graham finally pulled into the rest area at 6 p.m. What time did he leave?
1.
7.
How many hours has he been driving?
5.
So that's 2 infringements, isn't it? One early for 5, now another 5. He wanted to get another early start the next day, so he took a reduced daily rest period of 9 hours. He hoped to get through customs by 9 a.m. and would need to get his paperwork in order before getting on the road in the morning. As he settled in for the evening and ran through the next day's schedule, he realised that he might have to cross some bridges in the region. He would have to check the truck height in the morning and review the details of the route. He owns the truck and he doesn't know the height of it, even though the height of it is inside the cab, and he's been driving it for the
Why is he doing it in the morning? He should be doing it that evening.
That's just ridiculous as well, anyway, isn't it? It's his truck, and he's driving it, but he doesn't know the height of it. Had to check that height in the morning and review details of his route. It's more about weight if you're going across lots of bridges. Instead of even through the next day, you realise they might have to cross some bridges. What's that got to do with height? That's weight, isn't it? Graham had recently seen a photograph in the newspaper showing the damage to a trailer caused by going under a low bridge. He wanted to make sure he did not repeat that truck driver's mistake. The newspaper photo was vivid in his mind and was the last thing he thought about as he drifted off to sleep. Okay, probably not the best truck operator on the planet. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And like and subscribing to my channel helps other people like you find them. I'm Leon Clifton.